Good morning, students. So today we will discuss about the elements of vectors. Elements of vectors. So in this chapter, the second part is laws of vector addition. Laws of vector addition. The laws of vector addition is classified into three types. First one is triangle law of vectors. Second one parallelogram law of vector. Polygon law of vector. Polygon law of vector. So what are these? Second part, laws of vector addition. In this laws of vector addition, the vector addition goes in three ways, three laws. In these three laws, we can discuss the laws of vector addition. Laws of vector addition. So first one is vector addition, second one is parallelogram law of vector, third one is polygon law of vector. Polygon law of vector. So first we have to discuss about the vector addition. Vector addition. Vector addition means vector addition. So you know that addition means adding. So what we have to do, what we have to add here? Vectors are adding. We learn in low classes addition, but now we are going to add the vector addition. Vector addition. So what do you mean vector? The vector is discussed in previous class. In part 1 we discussed already vector. So once again I will define. Vector means a physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction. It is having the law of vector addition. It is having the law of vector addition is called as vector quantity. Listen once again, a physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction, it is having law of vector addition is called as vector quantity. Vector quantity. So what are the examples? Velocity, displacement, acceleration, force. These are the examples of vectors. So now we are going to add the two vectors. Suppose let us consider a vector comma b vectors. Let us consider a comma b two vectors. So now we are adding the a vector. The a vector is adding with b vector is called as law of vector addition. Law of vector addition. What I am saying, a vector is adding with b vector. So a vector is adding with b vector means how it is adding, how it is forming. So we have to learn. Suppose let us consider a vector. This is a vector. Let us consider a vector. Okay. This is initial point of the vector. This is the final point of the vector. Or this is the tail of the vector. This is the head of the vector. This is direction. Okay. This is first point. This is second point. The second point of the a vector is adding with the first point of b vector. So this is b vector. B vector. Arrow mark. This is b vector. Okay. What I am saying here, the second point of a vector. The second point of a vector is adding with initial point of b vector. Initial point of b vector. So these two vectors represent both magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of the triangle. By the two adjacent sides of the triangle. It's taken in the same direction, taken in the same order. What I am saying, once again repeat. A vector, let us consider two vectors. So here these two vectors represent both magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of the triangle, taken in a same order. These resultant vector represent closing sides of the triangle. Closing side of the triangle or third side of the triangle. It is taken in reverse order. Okay. Reverse order means like this. This is a plus b. What I am saying? Let us consider two vectors. These two vectors represented both magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of the triangle taken in a order, then they resultant to represent the closing side of the triangle. Closing side of the triangle taken in reverse order. Taken in reverse order is called as triangle law vector. Is called as triangle law vector and also known as vector addition. Vector addition. Okay. So statement 2. What is the statement of triangle law? Triangle law vectors means if two vectors represented both magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of the triangle taken in order, the closing side of the triangle represented both magnitude and direction taken in reverse order is called as law of vector addition and nothing but the triangle law of vectors. Triangle law of vectors. One more definition of the triangle law of vector. Triangle law of vector. Suppose if two vectors are represented in both in same direction, a vector, this is b vector, a vector and b vector, and third side of the triangle or closing side of the triangle taken in same order. Same order means like this. See here, the direction will be different. Here reverse direction, here same direction. So here a plus b. Here suppose c అనుకుందాం, ఇది example c. a plus b is equal to minus c. But here a plus b plus c is equal to 0. Otherwise no need to write here like this. Okay. What I am saying here the resultant forces will be 0 here, but here a comma b is equal to a plus b. Okay. What I am saying here the third side of the triangle taken reverse order. Here the third side of the triangle also taken in same order, a comma b comma c. The resultant force will becomes 0. Okay, the a comma b comma c are in equilibrium in each other. Okay, this is called nothing but triangle law of vectors. Triangle law of vectors. Next come to parallelogram law of vector. Parallelogram law of vector. Parallelogram law of vector. The parallelogram law of vectors comes from the double of the triangle law of vector. The addition of two triangles to form the parallelogram law vector. How it is? Now we can going to see parallelogram law vector. So parallelogram means we know that parallelogram in mathematics, two opposite sides are equal in parallelogram. Okay, and the between two angles will be less than 90 degrees. So first we have to write the parallelogram law vector. First going to start parallelogram law vector. Parallelogram law vector. In this parallelogram law vector, now we are going to prove a vector, it consists of both magnitude and direction. Now we are going to show magnitude and direction. By using parallelogram law vector, we can find the magnitude and direction. Then it is called vector quantity. So first we have to take the two vectors. This is p vector. This is q vector. This is q vector. This is p vector. Okay. But here parallelogram means two opposite sides are equal. Means these two sides are equal. This p vector means it is also one p vector. This q vector means it is also q vector. The angle between these two vectors is theta. Now the resultant of these two vectors, this is r. Resultant r is equal to p plus q. Resultant O A B C. OABC is a parallelogram. OABC is a OABC is a parallelogram. We can see this parallelogram is like a sweet in shops. Some types of sweets like this parallelogram. Okay, OA is nothing but P vector, BC or CB nothing but P vector, AB nothing but Q vector. Okay, these two are here. See, we can observe the double of the triangle nothing but to form the parallelogram law. Double of the triangles. But we already studied in triangle law. This is a triangle. This is also one more triangle. Okay, here OA one vector, AB one vector. These two are in same direction. But the resultant of these two vectors represented in reverse order. Taken in reverse order. But come to this side. P comma Q are two vectors. These directions are like this. Okay, the resultant also like this same direction. Taken in same order. Ante here these two vectors and resultant both three sides of the triangle in taken in same order. This triangle. But in this triangle, P comma Q are in same direction. Its resultant will be taken reverse order. It is also triangle law vector. And we have to understood that double of the triangle law you can form the parallelogram law. The parallelogram law consists of how many triangles? Two triangles. But what do you mean parallelogram means? The two opposite sides are equal. The two opposite sides are equal in a parallelogram diagram. Okay. Now the direction will be alpha from any vector to its resultant. This is nothing but alpha direction. So now we are going to prove the first of all magnitude. Now we are going to find out the magnitude of the resultant of vector. Ante these two vectors are represented both magnitude and direction. Then the resultant also having both magnitude and direction. Now we are going to prove magnitude and direction. Okay, so first statement of parallelogram law. If two vectors represented both magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of the if two vectors represented both magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of the parallelogram, then their resultant also represented both magnitude and direction passing from the point O through the diagonal. Is called as law of parallelogram law vector statement. Once again I will repeat. If two vectors are represented both magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of the parallelogram drawn from a point O, then their resultant also represented both magnitude and direction drawn from a point O. It is passing through the diagonal. Is called as parallelogram law vector. Means what I am saying means, if we can take in P comma Q two vectors. These two vectors having both magnitude and direction. Then their resultant also having both magnitude and direction. So now we can going to find out the resultant vector having magnitude and direction. We can calculate its magnitude and direction. That's why it is a resultant vector. This result vector is a vector quantity. So statement is over. Now OA is extended up to D. OA line is extended up to D. This is D. So now it becomes a right angle triangle. What? BAD is a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle means its opposite sides and adjacent sides are occurred here. Then this angle is 90 degrees. So here from triangle BOD, from triangle ADB, this is theta. So it is Q. So according to triangle BAD, sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite how much here? Opposite BD. by hypotenuse q, then sin theta is equal to BD by q. Then BD is equal to what? Q sin theta. Q sin theta. So BD value how much here? Q sin theta. So it is a vertically horizontal component. Vertical component. Next come to cos theta. We can calculate cos theta. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side means here AD by Q. So cos theta is equal to AD by, then Q cos theta is equal to AD. Then AD value how much here? Q cos theta. BD value how much here? Q sin theta. So here you can write Q cos theta. Okay. Here OA value how much here? P. AD value how much here? Q cos theta according to right angle triangle. BD value how much here? Q sin theta. Then we know that already OB value how much? Mod R. Okay. So we discussed about AD and BD values from the right angle triangle. Okay. Now come to right angle triangle BOD is a big right angle triangle. You can see it will be closed BOD. This total BOD is the right angle triangle. BOD is a right angle triangle. Is it right angle triangle or not? Yes. Pakka it is a right angle triangle. Okay. Right angle triangle, from right angle triangle, Pythagoras said hypotenuse square equal to side square plus side square. Pythagoras said, according to Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to triangle BOD. Triangle or angle. Right angle triangle BOD. From right angle triangle BOD, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Hypotenuse square how much here? OB. OB square is equal to, here side square, OD is the side. See here, not OA. BOD triangle means the side will be OD. The side will becomes OD. Then OD whole square, BD whole square. Then OD means OA plus AD. OD means OA plus AD whole square. Okay. What I am saying here, this OD distance equal to OA and AD. Though I wrote OA plus AD whole square plus BD whole square. This is OB value. OB is equal to OA plus AD whole square plus BD whole square. It is in the form of A plus B whole square. Now come to OB square is equal to A plus B whole square. We can write A square plus B square. AD square plus 2OA into AD plus BD square. Then OB square is equal to OA. OA value how much here? P square plus AD Q cos theta. This AD value from triangle BAD Q cos theta. AD value Q cos theta whole square plus 2 OA means P, AD means Q cos theta plus BD. BD means how much here? Q sin theta whole square. Then OB means how much here? OB R square is equal to P square plus Q square cos square theta plus 2PQ cos theta plus Q sin theta whole square. Okay, come to point, R bar is equal to P square. Here Q square cos theta, Q square sin square theta means Q cos theta whole square means we can write Q square sin square theta. Here Q square both are same, so take the common. Q square means cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2pq cos theta. 2pq cos theta. See here, r square is equal to p square plus q square into cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2pq cos theta. So now here r bar square is equal to p square plus q square. This total value cos square theta plus sin square theta value is equal to 1. We studied in 10th class mathematics trigonometry. So this total value becomes 1 plus 2pq cos theta. 2pq cos theta. So now we can write stylish form mod bracket r whole square is equal to p square plus q bar square plus 2pq cos theta. So mod r is equal to, remove the square, write the mod square root of, remove the square, it becomes square root. So square root of p bar square plus q bar whole square plus 2pq cos theta. We can write like this also, p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. 2pq cos theta, it becomes mod r. It represents magnitude of the resultant vector. Magnitude of resultant vector is equal to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. Okay, what I am saying, mod r is equal to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. So it shows the magnitude of resultant vector. It shows the magnitude of resultant vector. It shows the magnitude of resultant vector. So once again I will repeat, come to first one. From triangle BOD, according to Pythagoras theorem, side square, hypotenuse square equal to side square plus side square. Hypotenuse square how much here? OB square is equal to side square OD square plus one more side BD whole square. OB square is equal to OA plus AD. OD value how much here? OD is equal to OA plus AD. So OA plus AD whole square plus BD whole square. Next come to OB square is equal to, it is in the form of A plus B whole square. So A square plus B square plus 2AB plus BD whole square as usual we can write. Okay, OB square is equal to OA value according to diagram P, AD value according to diagram Q cos theta. Okay, next to OA value P, AD value Q cos theta, BD value Q sin theta. We can substitute here. Okay, after substituting we can get the mod r square is equal to square of p square plus q square cos square theta plus 2pq cos theta plus q square sin square theta. Here q square both are same. We can take the common q square. So here cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2pq cos theta. But this total term belongs to mathematics, trigonometry. This total value becomes 1. So already we can study in formula cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. That's why I wrote to this total term becomes 1. So r square is equal to p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. So remove the square, write the square root. So mod r, it becomes magnitude, means number. Okay. So mod r is equal to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. So it represents it shows the magnitude of resultant vector. Now we are going to prove, calculate the direction. What? We have to find out direction of the resultant vector. So magnitude is over, mod r is equal to what? P square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. This is the magnitude of resultant vector. Now we are going to prove direction. Okay, we can find out the direction. So same triangle we can take. BOD is the triangle BOD. From tan alpha is equal to tan alpha. So your angle is alpha, direction also shows the alpha. So alpha is equal to opposite by adjacent adjacent to. What is opposite value here? BD by OD. Then tan alpha, right, come to here. Tan alpha is equal to BD by OD. Tan alpha is equal to BD by OD. So here BD means how much here? Q sin theta. Q sin theta by OD means OA plus OD means OA plus AD. OA value how much here? OD plus AD. So here OD means Q sin theta by OA. OA value how much? P plus Q cos theta. So you can write tan alpha is equal to Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. So remove the tan. Suppose if you can remove the tan, it becomes tan inverse. Alpha is equal to tan inverse of tan alpha is equal to Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. Now remove tan taken denominator, it becomes, take the upper, it becomes tan inverse. So Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. So this is the direction. Okay. It is the magnitude, it is the direction. So both a vector, a resultant vector having both magnitude and direction, it is a vector quantity. It is a magnitude, it is the direction. So we have to remember these two formulas in IIT JEE and NEET. So what is the resultant magnitude of the parallelogram law? Mod r is equal to square root of p square plus q square plus, so mod r is equal to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. But direction alpha is equal to tan inverse of q sin theta by p plus q cos theta. We have to remember these two formulas. This is the parallelogram law of vector. Now we are going to these problems will be discussed in next classes. So polygon law of vector. Polygon law of vector. Okay, here triangle law vector is over, parallelogram law vector is over, polygon law vector. Now the extended of parallelogram law vector to becomes polygon law vector. Okay, what I am saying, the extended parallelogram law vector, it becomes polygon law vector. So the polygon law vector is derived from the parallelogram law vector. Okay, suppose let us consider number of vectors. A vector, B vector, C vector, D vector, E vector, that is like this. Okay, so now we are taking number of vectors in polygon. Okay, by using polygon we can add the vectors, that is nothing but polygon law of vectors. Okay, so now we'll discuss about, this is a one vector, this is B vector, this is C vector, this is D vector. This is E vector, but here direction will become reverse. Okay, what I am saying, A vector, this is let us consider A vector. The second point of the A vector is added to the first point of B vector. Then the second point of the B vector is added to the first point of C vector. The second point of the C vector is added to the D vector, the initial point of the D vector. The closing side of the polygon, represents the resultant vector of those remaining vectors. Those two remaining vectors. So once again I will repeat. This is the number of vectors in polygon. Number of vectors taken in same order. These are all taken in a same order. These are represented both magnitude and direction. Let us consider number of vectors. it represented both magnitude and direction taken in a same order. By the closing side of the polygon represented both magnitude and direction, but it will be taken reverse order. Reverse order like this. Okay, so this is E, this is E, taken in reverse order. Reverse order means minus. Okay. Here this is A vector, this is B vector, this is C vector, D vector. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 vectors are taken in same order and represented both magnitude and direction. By the closing side of the polygon represented both magnitude and direction, but taken in reverse order. Okay, it is called polygon law of vector. Okay, suppose if we can take in same order, what will happen means, not happen, both are same definitions. Okay, but the direction will be reverse. Okay, here come to A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector are same order, taken in same order and represented both magnitude and direction, and to the closing side of the polygon represented both magnitude and direction, but taken in reverse order. So this is nothing but minus E. So here A plus B plus C plus D plus minus, take this side, plus E. So is equal to 0. This is nothing but polygon law of vector. Suppose once again I will repeat one more definition. Polygon law of vector. Suppose this is a one vector, this is B vector, this is C vector, this is D vector, and here E vector also taken in same order. This is A vector, B vector, C vector, D vector, and E vector. Both the vectors are taken in reverse order, same order, taken in A comma, B comma, C comma, D comma, E vectors are taken in same order. Its resultant to vector represents 0. Means A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector plus E vector is equal to 0. So this is nothing but polygon law of vector. What is the difference between these two diagrams means, here the closing side of the polygon, taken in reverse order. That's why I wrote here minus E. But here both the number of vectors are taken in same order. That's why A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus equal to 0. So the resultant vector becomes here 0. The sum of the resultant vector becomes 0. Okay. What is polygon law? If number of vectors represented both magnitude and direction taken in a order, then they resultant represented closing side of the polygon taken in reverse order is called as polygon law vector. What is the definition? If number of vectors represented both magnitude and direction taken in a same order of the adjacent sides of the polygon, then their closing side of the polygon represented resultant vector, it shows the reverse direction. Or taken the reverse direction. That's why A plus B plus C plus D is equal to minus C. Why? Because here the direction will be reversed. That's why taken minus C. Suppose if we can take in same direction, same order, it becomes A plus B plus C plus D plus E is equal to 0. Why? Because all the vectors are, total vectors are taken in same order. Let's come to the once review. Laws of vector addition. These laws of vector additions are again three types. So triangle law vector, parallelogram law vector, polygon law vector. So triangle law vector I will discuss to A plus B, that is the resultant vector. Okay, and A comma B are taken in reverse at the same order. The A plus B is the reverse order, are taken in same order. Okay, parallelogram law vector. What is statement of parallelogram vector means? If two vectors represented both magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of the parallelogram, then they resultant to also represented both magnitude and direction by the passing through the diagonal drawn from the point O. Its magnitude mod r is equal to square root of p square plus q square plus 2p cos theta, and direction alpha is equal to tan inverse of q sin theta by p plus q cos theta. Polygon law vector, the number of vectors represented both magnitude and direction by the adjacent sides of the polygon, then they resultant to represented the closing side of the polygon taken in reverse order. That is called polygon law vector. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.